It was a foggy evening in Rawenwood, a town that prided itself on its quiet streets and sleepy charm. Detective Armin had just returned from a long day at the precinct when his phone buzzed. A text had appeared on his locked screen. "I know your secrets." At first he thought it was a prank, but when the same message appeared on his colleague's phone, and then the mayor's, the town realized this wasn't ordinary mischief. Panic crept in. The next morning the mayor was found in his study. He was alive, but he refused to speak, his eyes wide with terror. On his desk lay an old photograph of the town square, taken the previous day. Beside it, a single red rose and a note. "Time is running out." Armin examined the photo. Something was off. In the background, barely noticeable, a shadow moved, tall, thin, and oddly familiar. Determined to uncover the truth, Armin traced the messages to a disposable phone purchased from a tiny abandoned shop on the outskirts of town. The shop was empty, dusty, and smelled faintly of iron. Footprints led from the shop into the nearby forests. As Armin followed them, the fog thickened, muffling his footsteps. Hours later, he reached a frozen pond. The footprints stopped at its edge. He stared at the ice, then noticed a faint movement beneath the surface. A shadow, perfectly still, stared back at him. Before he could react, a voice whispered from behind, "You shouldn't have come alone." Armin spun around. No one was there. When he looked back at the pond, the shadow had vanished. Back at the station, Armin couldn't shake the feeling that someone, or something, was always one step ahead. The messages continued, cryptic, chilling, and eerily personal. Days later, the town square photo reappeared on every screen in Rawenwood. This time, the shadow in the background was clearer. It wasn't just a shadow. It was a figure he knew all too well, and it was smiling.